When's the last time you've seen a starting five so good? James Harden commanding the point, Booker at the 2, Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant running forward, and DeAndre Ayton at the 5. We get to witness this super team in action on opening day.
Harden dancing into the lane, lays it home. The door. Pull up three, yes.
And nobody back for Beal. Uncontested jam.
The Blazers do win this game tonight. These fans will believe.
Durant's got 43 on 23 shots.
Sets him up. Now Ayton. Two-man game. Oh, my goodness. The athleticism of DeAndre Ayton.
James steps back and buries a three.
Oh, wow. Sharp.
On him, shakes him.
There you go. Yeah. Both those guys.
Well, look at that. Come on.
Who's this kid balling out in the season opener? That's Rick Person, the Blazers' 4th overall pick in the 2024 draft, and he's already starting in his first game of the year at only 19 years old. The superstar point guard, Damian Lillard, was having a rough night versus Phoenix. Even with this, the Blazers were keeping pace with the Suns' super team, but things quickly changed. The Suns end up dominating the 4th quarter to a blowout win in their first game together. We may be witnessing the beginning of a back-to-back championship team, as well as the end of the Lillard Blazers era. Lillard struggled mightily tonight and he did not look too happy in their blowout loss in the season opener. All this drama, mixed with the fact that he's been asking for a trade since the beginning of last year, results in a league-changing move. Since the Bucks no longer have Jrue Holiday like they did in real life, they no longer get Lillard. Instead, the Blazers' all-time points leader goes to Minnesota. The Blazers take on Rudy Gobert's massive contract for 1 year, while getting Jaden McDaniels and a first-rounder as well. The Timberwolves create an explosive backcourt with Ant Edwards and Lillard by retaining Karl Anthony Towns. The very early power rankings had not too many shocks high up, but at the low end the list included Miami all the way down at 29, which is second to last. At second highest, the Boston Celtics cracked the top 2 in every power rankings across any site. Boston just came off a disappointing year that saw a lot of their star players get injured, yet they still made the conference finals. Seeing as they play the Hornets in the 4th game of the year, that made what happened next more shocking.
I think a solid D will help him get back in the offensive rhythm. Look at that. Look at that jelly roll.
Miller, oh. Goes out. Oh, wow.
How quick's LaMelo? How good's LaMelo?
Goodness. Don't do it like that, you fella.
His 5th three-pointer.
Gonna have to fire.
The Hornets fans couldn't believe they just beat a top 3 team this early in the year. The Celtics looked good, but Charlotte simply came to play tonight. The number 1 pick, Kyron Matthew, had easily his best game of his young career, scoring the game winner with just 0.3 seconds left to win Charlotte their first game of the year. Speaking of amazing performances, we have the superstar big man Joel Embiid. One of the biggest moves in free agency was Harden leaving Philly for Phoenix, and with that, Embiid is left with no extra superstar, and it's really just Embiid with solid support pieces like Maxey, Westbrook, Kelly Oubre, and Buddy Hield. Joel Embiid, in just his 4th game of the year, scores 55 points against New York in a Philly win. New York drops to a concerning 1-5 record. It's funny because Joel Embiid and Westbrook has had a history of beef, but the pairing seems to be working as Westbrook gets 14 assists with no turnovers to aid Embiid's efforts. The Thunder have one of the best teams early on. After 7 games, they sit at a 5-2 record. The young core has looked electric offensively, especially high-flying rookie True Richmond. But the Thunder's 5th overall pick is continuing to disappoint. His draft status was already low after he told multiple teams that he didn't want to play for them if he was drafted there. One of those being OKC. Adonis Poe hasn't had ample minutes to even showcase his talent yet, but a big question that remains, is he ever going to? When talking about question marks, it's impossible to not bring up Kyrie Irving. Since he's on Dallas, we might as well review the Mavericks. The rookie Javon Ayuk has looked solid in his first couple games. The number 3 pick has started every game so far for Dallas, and even though he plays with Luka and Kyrie, he still gets touches to create his own offense. The sophomore center Victor Wembanyama has lived up to the hype, but the concern is this Spurs team overall. They're sitting at a 1-7 record even with the Paul George signing, and they haven't looked good as a unit in any game so far. The number 7 pick for San Antonio, Jalen Anthony Thompson, has shown flashes, but he hasn't been efficient, but that is expected for a young point guard starting immediately. In the end, the struggling Spurs were no match for a Mavericks team that looks to be already clicking. Javon Ayuk has his best game of the year versus Wembanyama, putting up 17 points, 9 rebounds with 5 assists and 3 blocks in 22 minutes, while Luka and Kyrie combined for over 50 points in a 128-78 win over San Antonio. The 2, 3, and 6 Eastern Conference teams match up in Toronto. The 2nd overall pick, Ty Wallace, will be going up against Mikal Bridges and Drew Holiday. An extremely tough matchup, and it was proven to be so. The Nets' backcourt duo made life difficult for the rookie, forcing him into very tough shots and a lot of turnovers and dead possessions. Ty Wallace still showed off that ability to hit any given shot, impressing fans and scouts alike, but what was really impressive was the Nets tonight. Brooklyn wins the game 108-92, and Mikal Bridges and Drew Holiday look to keep up their stellar defense in October. And now for the last game we're going to look at, the Denver Nuggets take on the Warriors on prime time. In what was predicted to be an amazing game, it was an amazing game for just one team. Once again, the Golden State Warriors have a shockingly dominant performance. The Warriors win 137-110 versus Denver. The offense was clicking for Golden State, while for Denver, nothing was going their way. Jokic had his worst game of the year, Murray was inefficient, and even the rookie Darnell Patton, who's played very good up to this point, had his first awful game of his young career. Overall, this is a game the Nuggets are going to want to forget.